How are you fine gentlemen doing this evening? I hope you're doing well. Let's get some music going.
Greetings.
There we go. Alrighty. It's another hot day. Tonight we're gonna be looking at Parallax backgrounds, which should be pretty easy to do, so I should have some time left over for other things. But first, making a Parallax background. And in the interest of time, I'm going to use the mouse here, which means this is going to look fantastic. Believe me. Oh god, it's already not looking fantastic. Polygonal, yes, that's what I want. What the? How do you use? Oh, you have to. That's annoying. Ah! Wrong button. Just carving out a mountain here. No big deal. What else do you do on a Saturday? That is not quite how I wanted it to be. How do I remove? How do I
Perfect.
not? How do I not select? There we go, that looks a bit better. A bit more mountainous. Okay. And then let's add a cheap dithering effect, because why not? Whoa, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. How do I, yeah. Okay. And now background, which is gonna be like this, I guess. Yeah, looks like shit. Whatever, fine. Save. Should probably also delete these old things here. Ice. Whoa. Parallax or icy mountains. Wait, I saved that as the wrong thing. Great. Has to be a png files. There we go. Okay. Let's load her in. Define asset, leaf, icy mountain, image, png. Don't really need the filters because we're not filtering, but it's fine. Icy mountains. Plural. Okay. Now we get to the fun part, which is making a new Parallax backgrounds class thing stuff. Okay. Shader entity. Parallax. Or let's just call it background. Which is gonna be... It's not gonna be a lighted entity, so I don't want the parallax to be lighted at all. But it's going to be a vertex entity, and it's going to be a textured entity. Yes. Do I have more appropriate helper classes? Let me check. Blah, 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 located, facing sized, sprite entity, no. Trigger, okay. Nope, I do not. Okay. Vertex array. Square. Vertex entity. Okay. Should still be on trial. Yes. Okay. Good. And yeah. All right. And args append. Texture. It'll get a bit more complicated in a bit. Clone. Sure. Let's also add that. Whoa. Whoops. Okay. Now all we need is the fragment shader and the vertex shader as well. So define class shader background, and we'll fill those out in a second. Or actually, yeah, background. Or I wonder if I should make it a textured entity at all or not. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We just need to tell it not to do anything with it. Whoops. Shut up, phone. Hold on a sec.
Turn the game console off right now.
I would like to turn off the game that is life. I'm sure nobody's made that joke before. Alright. So, what we have so far is we have an entity called background, which has vertex data and it has a texture. And the vertex data is by default set to something that is just
unplug it.
Just something that covers the entire screen. And then we add some utility methods and empty shaders. We also told it to ignore the texture entity fragment shader, so that shader that this class provides is not actually included. The reason for that being that we're going to do our own texture lookup. Okay, so let's see here. This is going to be very similar to what we do in the chunk, because we're going to need to translate the camera and stuff like that as well in a very similar fashion. So let's just copy paste this over for now. Vertex UV, view model, view size. Right. Vertex UV view size. Yes. We don't strictly need the view size as a uniform. We can infer it from the surrounding things. No, actually, you can't in this case. Never mind. Also, I'm typing wrong things. Background plus shader plus. Let me just. I mean, don't really need the vertex entity either. Let's just get rid of that as well. Much easier in this case, or not much, but at least easier. Okay, we don't need that. For now, view size we do need, tile size we don't, map size we don't. We do need the view matrix. We don't need the tile set. Just call that background. Texture. There we go. Okay, so that's set up now. So on view space, that is still fine. And now for the fun part, which is in vec2 map chord. Jeez, my family is currently debating about what we should name our new cat, and for whatever reason, people don't seem too enthused about my suggestions, even though they're clearly the best ones. Texture or background, I guess. Pixel fetch. Background XY 0. So this is not going to work quite right as it is, because it's not doing any parallax scrolling and it's not doing any repeating at all either. So, but still, let's have a quick look after I change the setup to include it. So enter make instance background texture we also need to remember to change the layer index to a -2 for the parallax. So let's do that here. -2. There we go. Ideally, the background would be drawn even further back than that, but for now, this is fine. Okay, let's have a look. There it is. And it crashed because that's fine. So now it sticks to one position and it scales, and that's fine. Okay, so what do we do in order to make this more parallaxy? One thing we can do first of all is to obviously just scale the map coordinates up. So maybe like by a factor of 4. Or divide it rather, because we're inverting. That's a bit much, maybe 2. Yeah, that's much better. So now as you can see, each pixel in the map is represented by 2, so it's twice as small, I guess. Okay. Or twice as big, rather. I'm dumb. Now, the next step is to make sure that the y-coordinate repeats. And the way we do that is... take a look at the background size. So, map size background 0, I believe is the correct incantation for this. Is it? Oh, we passed the map size as a uniform here. Okay. Oh, that's different. Yeah, never mind. That's fine. Okay. And now we say map xy.y is, or I think you can do percent equals. Fronts must be integral. Huh. Yeah, okay, so now it scrolls in Y, but we want it to scroll in X, so let's change that to X. There we go, now we have scrolling. One problem remains, which is that the scrolling is currently happening in the same speed as the camera moves. So what do we do to fix that? Well,
not very parallax then.
Yeah. But we can easily fix that as well, so we should be able to do something like this. There you go. Now it's parallax by a factor of 2. In both directions, I should mention. It's that easy. The great part about this is it still plays nice with the zooming and rotation of the camera and everything like that. So yeah, you can see it there. Let's make that full screen for a sec. Hurrah! So that's all well and good. Next step is to clamp it in in Y direction. So map xy.y equals clamp map xy.y 0, and that should extend it downwards, but not upwards somehow. There we go. So now the topmost and bottommost pixel repeat indefinitely. There we go, that's parallax. One layer of parallax anyway. But that's already the essential code, so no big deal at all. Nice. So it might have been a bit fast for you, and so I'm going to go through it again just to show you what we've done so far. So aside from the standard texture coordinate lookup that we've done in the beginning, I've changed the way the pixel that's being looked up is calculated. So what we do is first we have vertex data that is just in the OpenGL standard reference frame, which is -1 in the corner here, +1 in the corner there. So 0, 0 is exactly in the center of the window. We've taken this and we've used the inverses of the view matrix and the model matrix to translate these coordinates into world space, so the space of the character, like which position the character currently is in, independent of the camera. And then, once you have those coordinates, you simply use a texture lookup to, well, you'd calculate this inversion in the vertex shader, where it's cheap to do because you only do it once per vertex. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times you do this matrix multiplication. Then for every pixel that's within this geometry, I guess, you evaluate the fragment shader, and there the values that were computed for the vertex shader, so this map coordinate value here, gets linearly interpolated. So if we had a value of 0 and the value of 500, then it would smoothly go from 0 to 500 as we go along this line here. And we use that to calculate our pixels. Now, what we first do is this here, which is because the map coordinate is a floating point value and we want pixel perfect values, we first just truncate it to an integer value to get rid of all the decimal points that the linear interpolation produced. So we get clamped pixel values again. And then we just do the lookup with texel fetch, which expects an image coordinate rather than a UV coordinate. So that gives us the basic texture lookup. If we want to do parallax, what we did first was divide the map coordinate by 2. This means that each pixel is going to be designated twice the amount of times, so essentially we scale up the background by 2. We can increase this by scaling by 3 or 4 or however much we want. So this is basically the scaling factor of our background. We'll export all of these parameters in uniforms later, so that we can actually, conveniently change them. The second thing we did was this multiplication here with 2. So while we are still in coordinate space, or in OpenGL coordinate space, I suppose, before we translate to view space and then to world space, we can transform these coordinates, and by doing so, we sort of manipulate the camera into going faster or slower. So right now it's going slower because we require twice as many coordinates to go the same distance. If we divide it by 2, for instance, then it also does the scaling, but now the parallax background goes faster. Scaling is not so nice. We can fix that by getting rid of this, I guess. So if we do that, yeah. So now we have a double-sized, twice the speed parallax. If we multiply it by 2 again as before, then we get it twice as small, I guess. Or in this case, we get it with perfect pixel alignment. That's odd. Why is that? Oh, right. No, it's not. It's double the resolution. Of course it is. Yeah. I was just looking wrong. Yeah. And so we can counteract this again by dividing by 2. Here, and now we have same size. And typically we want a bit more than that, so maybe divide by 3. Right. One thing you might notice is that the parallax is not actually pixel aligned, so the pixels are not on the same grid. Depending on how much you care about this kind of thing, this might be unacceptable, in which case you need to do a different kind of transform in order to get the pixel alignment back. For me, I like the smooth scrolling, so I'm not bothered by it.
Terrible.
I'd rather have that smooth scrolling like this than to have jumping parallax. Then the next thing we did was make it loop in x direction, and you do that by simply taking the x coordinate you calculated and using the remainder of a division by the width of the texture. So that means it's going to, once it goes beyond the texture size, it just jumps back to 0. And so it pretends the texture is infinite. The next thing we did was repeat the bottommost and the topmost pixels, and again we do that by simply clamping things, so making sure the y value never goes below 0 or above the topmost pixel, and that means everything above is pretending to be that same pixel. And that's how you get parallax. Not difficult stuff. Now, as I said, I want to export all these, so we should add some uniforms to control the behavior. Uniform float scale. Or actually, do we need to scale? We don't need to scale. I don't think we do. I think if I just do that here, let me try this. We can just change the view matrix as well. I'm pretty sure we can. So let's change this back to default values. So now it should be same size, yes, non-scrolling, good. So if I just scale by 0 to 0 view matrix, what? Oh my god, division by 0. Oh right, needs to be 1, not 0, whoops. And I need a pushed matrix. That did not do what I wanted it to. Interesting. So now it's scaled the thing in X. Yeah. So this way we could do the scaling by changing the U matrix. And if I translate by, it just doesn't offset. Yeah, so that's just a constant offset. Okay. Guy. Let's scale the model matrix. And same effect, right? Okay. So I could do the scaling there, but it's a bit more expensive to do than passing uniform I would expect. I'm not sure on that, but it seems like it. So I'm just gonna say it is, because I'm a professional. Alright. Actually, back to parallax speed. Size times parallax speed. And then we need to divide by here in order to x to y1 to get the same size back. So now we're scrolling exact in y and double the speed in, or half the speed in x. Let's make that a bit more obvious. Yeah. It's a bit too obvious, maybe. Okay. Right. Next is the scaling. Parallax scale. That 2, 1, 1, or let's make it 2, 2. There we go. I mean, as it is, the sample background is way too noisy and way too obvious. So it would have to use much more toned down colors and stuff like that. But it'll have to do for now. Okay, and the final thing to decide is whether we want to do a parallax in X direction or Y direction. Because sometimes you might have vertical oriented levels rather than horizontal oriented levels, so you want to be able to do a parallax in that way as well. So in order to do that, we're just gonna introduce a boolean here, which should help with that. So, or an integer rather, parallax direction. And we're gonna switch. Parallax direction. I'm gonna say 0 is X. My voice cracked, even though I'm 25 years old. Amazing. And for 1, we're gonna go in Y direction. Wait, what? Oh, right, need case. Because for some reason you need that. There we go. So now we scroll in X, and if I change this to 1, we scroll in Y. Yeah. Obviously this was not designed for that, so it's not doing it as I expected. We'll probably infer the parallax direction by the parallax speed. Because typically you want to have one of them bigger than the other. So yeah, let's do that instead.
Wouldn't it make more sense for 0 to scroll in both directions?
I guess you're right. Well, or if you're thinking about it in a bit mask sense, then 3 would be in both directions. And 0 will be none. Let's do that. Case 0. Frick. Also forgot to close my email client. Very good. So I heard some popping noises.
Ah, true.
So, okay, case 3. So now we covered all our bases. Actually, in this case I can just do that. And in this case I can just do this. I believe. Can I not? Plus a cost from Vec 2 to IVEC 2, 16. Oh. Okay, there we go. now we're doing parallaxing in neither direction. And now we're doing in both. Fantastic. Fantastic. Super. It's probably a way to do this calculation in the vertex shader rather than the fragment shader. But right now I would have to think about that, and I don't want to think. So I'm not going to do that. Aren't I smart? Okay, so let's add some parameters here. I guess speed? No, I can't use speed. Parallax speed. And or that should be background scale, to be honest. I'm sure there's a way to do it in the vertex shader, because all you need is the correct No, actually there isn't, because there's a wrapping going on, and that might be in the middle of the screen, and linear interpolations can't do that, so never mind, you can't. Or maybe you could if you like pass along the offset you need to do, and then do it like that. So I guess you could do it in the vertex shader if you pass along more parameters, but yeah. Ain't gonna do that. Not today. And probably not ever, because I doubt the performance hit is going to be noticeable for a long time to come. Okay. Parallax direction. Is 1. Speed is 2, scale is 2 for now. There we go. Now we just need to pass those parameters along. Hello, I'll see Pablo. Background, Garfield. Good job, me. Okay. There we go. Nicely parameterized now. And that's the magic of parallax backgrounds. Let's add that to our thing. Surface lighting. Not sure where to add that. Chunk, maybe before chunk. And also in the versions, we need to add a serialization for that. Shouldn't be difficult. So let's add that in here. Define encode decoder. Background 0. We don't need the packet. and an encoder that does the same. There we go. So now we should be able to load and save background elements as well. Superb. Okay. Now that that's done, I actually want to do a proper parallax background that doesn't look like horseshit. So let's get on that. Let me set up my drawing stuff and we'll be good to go.
It looks really nice for something simple.
Yeah. Okay. People are messaging me on IRC and I don't have time right now. Unfortunate. Someone called Junes too. What was the song again? Every day's great. You're doing this or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Let's also load this up. Zoom in a bit. One thing I want to add is like a street lights, because those look sick. If you get them to look right, especially with the current lighting, that should look nice. So let's do that real quick. Just something like that. That's not really what a street light looks like, right? Let me get a look. Street light. Okay. Well, some of them do look like that. Kind of. Why is it not selecting anything? What is happening? Please select. Please! What? Oh, I'm on this mode. There we go. Crisis averted. Maybe I should make it a light like that instead. Hmm. I'm not feeling that at all. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Just. Yeah. I wanted to sort of give, just tell you sort of what I'm thinking about. I wanted to give a light beam that's sort of something like this, rather than, something like this. So it needs to be angled slightly. Just don't know how much angling there needs to be. Maybe just something real dumbass simple would look the best. I don't know. Hey Gingy, remember when we wanted to play adventure games together?
Yes.
Why haven't we done that yet?
I don't know.
Well, we should get on it. So... Okay, let's add some snow. Make it look a bit more crusty. Okay, that'll be good enough. Let's also maybe mirror it, I guess. Copy, paste. Whoop. There we go, just need to change a few things. There we go. Okay. Back to making this, which I want this as a reference. Let me just get rid of everything for now. And also, I quickly want to look at a reference. Hold on, thinking. Wonder what would complement these colors well. Maybe something red. You know, since this is all cold and blue, maybe having a reddish kind of background would be nice. Okay. First, I do want to have a mountainscape. So let's add that, maybe. Just... Now you're starting too. Disease is spreading. Shh. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Okay. Maybe even having it dark like that would be nice. I don't know. Lots of possibilities. Zoop. No. Okay, let's make it orangey. Ooh. Ooh. It's also actually not dithering. Or, Oh, it does. Ah, I fucked up. Fucked up. That should not be like that at all. That should have been that, but transparent. There we go. Yeah. I beefed it. Why is it sometimes not doing that? Whoa, it's super laggy. That's why. Holy shit. Extreme lag. What? Or no, that's not lag. It's just behaving very odd. Huh? What is happening? Is my computer exploding? What? Computers. Computers! Maybe a bit more muted than that.
This looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it's coming together. Just need to jumble up the pixels a bit more here. Make the transition a bit more inconspicuous. Okay. The editor is called Asprite. Asepprite. It's freeware. But, or it's donationware, I guess you will call it. It's pretty good. It's lacking some features that I would really appreciate, but overall, really nice. Okay. Like I should do this. Get a bit more red. Yeah. But I do need some more contrast in here, so let's see. How can I do that? Clouds, I guess. Really desaturated in this case, though. Maybe something like this. Whoops. Here's a hole. Asprite is free. You can get it for free on their website. I got it for free. Support is not free, but the program itself can be gotten for free. You can also get it for money if you want to support the creator, which is good, but you can also get it for free. I don't like the color choice, but Otherwise, I think this is okay. I'm gonna fiddle around with the color in a bit. Okay. Yeah, this looks alright. Let's see. Purple sky, huh? Ah. Bit better than before, but I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, this is gonna be good enough for now. Saved. Good. Okay. Let's get back to coding. Yep. Bam. One thing we should probably have is a base offset as well, so that the parallax background can be recentered if necessary. Because right now this isn't so great. Maybe actually I wanna cut off some of that. Of that black. Trim. No. It's not at all what I wanted. Holy shit. This is so slow sometimes. Okay. Trim. Why does that not? Crop. There we go. Save that. Much better. Sort of. Scale's a bit much. Let's make this like a 1.5 or something like that. Okay. Now, one thing that we needed to do was to make the lighting work for the players and other kinds of things as well. And for that, we have a sprite entity. Okay. We're gonna need it for that and for the player as well. Lighting, right. Okay. Yeah. Why is that a problem? Okay. That is fine. I do definitely need an offset though at some point in the parallax. For now, let's see. So we don't have a draw part at all. Chunk one. Yeah. I need to get the let me quickly fill out some stuff and see where the lights even are. Okay. So let's move it in here. We're actually like that. Ah, fuck. Okay, like this we should be able to observe lighting differences dynamically as well. Okay. Shader.
Do you think light should have less effect on sprites than the background?
I don't understand your question, sorry. Thanks, Pablo. Alright, so
Well, a sprite should remain clear regardless of the light, but the light should affect them so that they are a part of the world. So perhaps the sprite should deviate less from the default state in different lighting as compared to the background.
Oh, you mean it should affect it less. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. I'll probably also need to add things like highlighting interactable objects and doing things like that. Make no mistake, there's a lot left to do for this. So... I think this should be fine. Alright. 3 verdicts. Unapply layout to global variable verdicts. Oh, right, needs to be an in. That is not right. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so it stays constant. Why? Isn't, vertex entity... Yeah, it's called model matrix. Oh, it needs to be 1. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Right, I always forget that the last thing needs to be 1. Yep, works. There you go. Yeah.
Pretty.
Now, one thing that I could do is offset the lighting effect by a teensy amount. So if we do +1 here, then it already looks a bit 3D. So let's make that a bit stronger by making it +3, maybe. Or +2 seems to be good. So now if we...
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. Now we have a bit of a 3D effect going on. So easy. One thing that you might notice, I'm not sure if this shows up on stream, but the lighting currently on the player is pixel perfect rather than being pixel aligned. So it's very smooth and makes it look very flat. And so the problem again is that it does a linear interpolation when you pass it between the vertex shader and the fragment shader, and the solution to that is to just truncate it. Or at least it should be. Yeah, there you go. Now we have pixel perfect shading as well. Let's make that a bit bigger. Zoom a bit in on the editor. There you go. Whoops. Zooming never works right. I don't know why. Okay, now that we have this, I can start to actually move things. To make the parallax show through. let's do that.
Does it work on the left side as well?
What do you mean on the left side as well?
Left side of the light. If you just offset it to left 2 pixels.
Oh yeah, then it's gonna be offset inwards on this, right? It's not less, it's just inset. Or offset, I guess. So now these holes obviously look pretty shitty, which means I need better tiles. So let's do that real quick. Better tiles. Here we go. At least a very primitive tile that has sort of a hole shape cut into it. Let's see here.
There is a hole in the world.
There we go. Let's just make it like this, maybe. Or I can leave that on. There we go. And now, make something like this. Again, I really do want to make better background tiles. I just have not had the sense to remember that I should do that. Yeah, I just forgot. I would have had time today, but I forgot, and I got busy with working on another project of mine. An email marketing service.
I still have no ideas for a new Mario level.
Just make something, whatever it is, even if it's not greatly original or anything. Just start placing nodes on blocks and see what feels fun. Or play other people's levels and see if you can get inspired.
Been trying that. I'll have to try other Mario game versions to see if there's something inspiring to be found.
Yeah, I quite like the new Super Mario 3D World, or Super Mario 3D World I think it's just called, not new. I quite like that because it has a lot of unique elements. Okay. It's not fantastic, but it'll have to do. Main. Alright, I need to export it. Export. Done. Reload it. There we go. Oh, I forgot a filled one. There we go. Also, this background makes it very, very hard to see fucking anything at all. So let's just move things upwards. There we go. I'll have to move the lights as well, I guess. Okay. Wait, they did move? Oh, wait, why did they move? That's unexpected. Also, I'm always drawing on the wrong layers. That's a bad habit. It's just too easy. Also seeing that these tiles will not work out as well as I'd hoped they would. I need something better. Yeah. This isn't gonna cut it. Yeah, I'll need to make some more tiles. Okay. Wait, that's too many. Try my best to go quick so we can squeeze this in before the stream finishes. Okay, so this needs to be outwards. Like this, maybe. In case you're wondering, the soundtracks playing in the background have been missed and riven, which will get me copyright claimed on YouTube, but I don't care.
It's a bit silly. This Twitch pianist got his stream recording muted because his rendition of a classical piano piece was too close to some pianist's album recording. Automated copyright claims are great.
Yeah, I know. They're especially great on YouTube, where a single second that might be recognized can slam your entire video. If you have a 100-hour stream recording or whatever have you, and for 5 seconds of it played some music that's completely blocked, your entire video is gone. They won't even let you access your own recording that you uploaded yourself. Can't retrieve it. It's just gone.
Incredible.
I know, right? Also fun is if there's multiple claims by different parties on a video, like monetary claims for ad revenue, nobody gets ad revenue. Neither you nor any of those parties, because there's currently no system in place to decipher who should get how much, so just nobody gets anything. So if you know you're gonna play copyright slammed music and you want to dish them out one, just play something else as well. You know, if you want to be openly, I guess, antagonistic or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Saving that.
That's a good idea.
Reload. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This one pixel area doesn't look so great. Go. There we go. Looking a lot better already. Yes. Looks a bit thorny now. Not complaining about that. It just looks a bit interesting, I guess, for a background element. There we go. Zero. Actually, let's Add some slopes just for fun. Why not? Another thing I want to add soon is like crawling and things like that, because that sounds like a good time. Being real sneaky beaky like, yeah. Stealth indeed. Okay. Yeah, just clicking sort of semi-randomly actually gives pretty okay results for this kind of stuff. Okay. I really do need to reconsider the overall look and feel of the tile set and the background, though. Probably need to do some non-sprited compositions and things like that. But yeah, this looks pretty okay for now. Gotta add the lights, which are here and here. I think here and here. Yes. And there. And don't currently have a way to extend those, so guess I need to do it like that. Hold on. Should be layer 0. Wrong layer, god damn it. Oh well, nobody's gonna notice. Okay, so for some reason the lights moved, but the well, the rendering moved, but not the actual lights. Hold on. Okay. So, whoops, wrong set. Okay. can run around here. But things being offset and not offset is a problem, so let's look at why that is. And the reason is because map XY is relative to the local is relative to the map itself and not... Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Tile XY is local. Where is it? I'm confused now. Oh right, we do this. We translate it by the B size. Which we don't really need to do at all in here. Whoa, not that much gone. Okay. Right, so now it's not translating it. Good. So, solution to that is to instead use the map size in here. No, wait, that's not... Is it? Wait, hold on, what? Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah. Plus map 2. There we go. Okay, now it's done properly. Except the lighting is still wrong? What? I'm confused. Also, the player is not floating. Amazing. What is happening? Hold on. Where is the... I'm so confused. Where is the actual offset, the positioning of the map done? Because it is something that can be sized entity. Yeah, so it is translated, which should mess this up, shouldn't it? So confused. Why does this work at all? Yeah, I can move it, but why? Huh? I don't understand. I don't understand. Why does this work if I shift it around? I should be getting world coordinates, no? Or... Huh? I'm really, really, really confused at the moment. Because... Excuse me? I am really, really confused. It's about time to stop too, god damn it. Okay, tell you what, let me just... figure out... Okay, so it was somewhere here. Just want to get a nice screenshot going, okay? That's all I want from tonight. Or, no, this is dumb. I want to fix it. So, move that up here. Move you there. Scroll in. Do that. Okay. So, if I take these lights and each of them gets offset by the location, then now we're doing alright for the player, but not for the chunk anymore. And I got stuck. Great, I thought I fixed that. Wherever, I did not fix anything. Okay. So... fucking... Clearly, so this map XY coordinate, it is local to the chunk. It's not actually offset by the position of the chunk, which is makes sense. I just don't see where it's removing that from, or where that... how that happens? Or is it not removed? I'm so confused. Anyway, the problem is that we need to add that back in here in order to, you know, get the proper lighting positions as well. So I guess I'm just gonna pass it along as a uniform, maybe. Or should I just... yeah, I guess. To map. Y is... Okay. I need to translate this into uniform block at some point as well. There we go. Now we're good. Fantastic. Except this does not look so great. For obvious reasons. So let's actually do some you know, some cosmetics, if you will. Let's do it like that.
How do you mean to make those light cones apply nicely against more complex terrain like that slope?
Probably mean to not. To be honest. Yeah, I'm just not gonna.
Okay.
Okay. Now, yeah, we don't really get a parallax at all at this point because the camera never moves. Since this chunk is too small. Okay, but it looks kind of alright. Okay, well, that's gotta be it for tonight because I gotta be off and play some games with my friends. But yeah, again, making some progress slowly, bit by bit. Now that parallax backgrounds are in, the next thing to do is to add more tiles, and I'm gonna probably make another art stream where I add tiles and things. And I'll see about what I want to do after that. Okay, well, that was it. Thanks for sticking around, and yeah, see you again another day. Tomorrow, hopefully. Okay, good night, everyone.